Internet, and welcome back to another episode of What's Going On with me, Sean. Today I'm sharing a true story about my mom's last vehicle purchase a few years back when my parents still lived in Arizona. My mom asked me to help her buy a new car when I was in town for a speaking engagement. Of course I said yes. She already knew that she wanted a new Toyota Camry. She just wasn't sure where she wanted to buy it. So I went to the internet, and it didn't take long before I found exactly what she wanted. We were literally heading for a dealership within a couple hours of finding the Camry that my mom wanted. When we arrived, we were greeted by the same lovely young woman who responded to my original lead and who called me to set expectations on what would happen when we arrived at the dealership. And guess what? Everything happened exactly as planned. Nice sales process so far. She introduced us to a salesperson who had the car ready for my mom to test drive. We test drove. We talked about it. We looked at features and pricing and incentives, and pretty soon my mom was like, let's do this. Sign the paperwork. We're done in F&I. Now the salesperson delivers the car and hits a home run when he connects my mom's phone to the car and teaches her how to call me as I sit in the back seat. Boom. My mom loved this Camry buying experience. She even wrote a review for the dealership, but that's not the end of the story. Yeah. This Camry had a really big, deep scratch on the front hood. No amount of buffing takes care of this type of scratch. No problem though. The dealership does what all dealerships do in this situation. Here's your WIO statement. Schedule it with service and come on in and fix it at your convenience. So a few weeks later, my mom dropped off her car to have that very repair done. And she's told, your car will be ready in a day or two. This sounds so far so good. But the next day comes, and the next day comes, and the next day comes, and her car's still not ready. So my mom says, okay, what are we going to do? She calls the dealership a week later. Oh, yes, Mrs. Raines, you can come and pick up your car tomorrow afternoon. So she arrives at the dealership, inspects her car, and it appears to have been repaired perfectly. This is good. But then she gets in her car and turns the ignition and sees that her car has been driven 70 miles. You're not getting this stuff past my mom. So she walks back in the service department and says, do you know why my car has 70 miles added to it? Service manager, instead of being nice, is super rude with a condescending tone and says, we don't do that kind of work here. We have to send it out. My mom's like, I don't even know what that means. Instead of patiently and kindly explaining the fact that they didn't have a collision center on site and the body work is done elsewhere, he said, it means we had to take your car to a body shop across town. Does it really matter that we had to drive your car a few miles back and forth? What? No apology, no polite explanation from the service department manager. The guy was so rude to my mom, he lost her business forever, and she told all of her friends about it. Can you say reputation management? Listen, couple closing thoughts about this story. It wasn't free to attract, engage, and win my mom's business. And every dollar you're investing to get new deals is rendered worthless when some other department fumbles like this dealership did with my mom. The dealership sold her a new car, and she loved the buying experience. It only took one bad service experience to lose her business forever. And there's never been a more important time to make sure that your entire dealership, including everyone on your team, is sold out on providing amazing customer experiences. And that's what's going on with Sean. Hey, if you're a dealer and you're looking for a secret weapon, maybe someone that can help you better understand what's going on with your digital investments, maybe you need a Batman for your Gotham, reach out, let's have a talk. And always, be blessed, be focused, and be the difference, and keep a song in your heart. Today, mine is Thank You, Mom, by Good Charlotte. If you're watching this, you can click here, or somewhere around here and see it on YouTube, or you can also find them easily on Spotify. And I'll see you next time for another episode of What's Going On with Sean.